Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going straight to Germiston where the tension has reached boiling point. The situation has escalated so quickly that police were forced to fire rubber bullets at a group of illegal occupiers in an attempt to disperse them. Please make sure you listen till the end so you can hear the sources of this news and verify it for yourself. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now so you never miss updates on what's happening in our country. From what has been reported, this all began earlier in the morning when law enforcement moved into the area to evict people who had been living illegally on the land. Germiston residents say the problem has been growing for months, with more and more illegal structures going up and no proper services to support them. The city had reportedly issued several warnings and notices, but many people simply refused to move, arguing that they had nowhere else to go. As the police moved in, things quickly turned tense. Witnesses say the crowd of occupiers gathered to resist, with some shouting and refusing to leave. Law enforcement officers were out in full force, wearing protective gear, and when the crowd refused to disperse, rubber bullets were fired to push them back. Several people were seen running in different directions, some carrying their belongings while others just tried to get to safety. This is not the first time we've seen clashes like this in Germiston. In recent years, the city has struggled with land invasions and illegal occupations, often leading to violent confrontations. Residents living nearby have mixed feelings. Some say they understand the desperation of people looking for a place to stay, while others feel the situation is dangerous and brings crime into the community. According to some on the ground, there were also children present during the commotion, which made the situation even more tense. Community members and human rights groups are now questioning whether the force used was appropriate, especially when there are vulnerable people involved. Police, however, maintain that their priority was to keep the peace and prevent the situation from spiraling further out of control. Authorities say that part of the land being occupied is earmarked for future development, and illegal structures could delay those projects. They also claim that the occupation has been causing sanitation problems, as there are no proper toilets or running water in the area, and the lack of services can quickly lead to health hazards. On the other side, some of the illegal occupiers argue that they have been on the housing waiting list for years without any progress, and that they are simply tired of waiting. They claim they have a right to live somewhere safe, and that the government has failed to provide for them. This frustration has been echoed in many parts of South Africa, where housing shortages and unemployment have driven people to take desperate measures. The eviction operation in Germiston today is expected to continue until all illegal structures are removed. Police have set up a visible presence in the area to prevent reoccupation, but many are predicting that people will simply return once law enforcement leaves. It has become a cycle that plays out repeatedly across the country: occupation, eviction, return, and another eviction. For the residents nearby, this is not just about land. They say they have been living with increased crime, overcrowding, and unsafe conditions. Some have even complained that property values are dropping and that they feel unsafe letting their children play outside. Others, however, are calling for more compassion and a better plan from the government, warning that simply removing people without offering alternatives will not solve the problem. Several community leaders are urging dialogue instead of confrontation, saying that the root causes of land invasions, poverty, unemployment, and housing shortages must be addressed if this cycle is to be broken. Without a long-term solution, today's events in Germiston could repeat themselves again and again in other parts of the country. Police have not yet released an official number of people injured in the clashes, but emergency services confirmed that a few individuals were treated for minor wounds, likely from the rubber bullets and the rush to escape. No fatalities have been reported so far, and authorities say they are monitoring the situation closely. For now, Germiston remains tense. Those evicted are unsure of where to go next, and residents are anxious about what could happen in the coming days. There are rumors that some of the displaced might attempt to occupy nearby land, which could lead to another standoff. It's a tough situation, one where emotions are high, resources are stretched, and solutions are far from simple. If you were in that situation, would you stay and fight for the land or move on to try and find another place? Well, judging from how fast the police fired those rubber bullets today, maybe the safest thing is to run fast and argue later. Let's just hope that the authorities, community members, and those involved can find a peaceful resolution before things get worse. All images used are for illustration purposes only. Sources: Germiston City News, Eyewitness News, SABC News.